What if we told you the most intense fight sequences of Reacher Season 3 almost push the cast to their limits? Imagine grueling training sessions, 7 meals a day, and physical tolls that could make even the toughest rethink their limits. Alan Ritchson, the man behind Reacher, opened up about the brutal journey to bring those electrifying moments to life. And now, the first 2 episodes have just dropped, but are they worth the hype? Here's a sneak peek into the high stakes, intense action, and the surprising toll behind the scenes. Keep watching to find out just how far the team went to deliver the most jaw-dropping Reacher moments yet. There's a man you may know as the indomitable Jack Reacher, the hard-hitting, tough-as-nails character from the Reacher series on Amazon Prime. But behind those biceps, behind that cold, steely gaze, lies Alan Ritchson, a man whose life story might just surprise you. Picture this: a kid from Grand Forks, North Dakota, who grew up in a military family, moving from state to state, never really settling in one place. But it wasn't always destined for Hollywood fame. Alan started out as a model. Yes, a far cry from the action star we know today. In fact, before he was the face of Reacher, he was the face of Abercrombie & Fitch. Who would have thought that the same guy who once posed for catalogs would eventually go on to smash through walls on screen? But Ritchson's path to stardom wasn't as smooth as you'd think. Let's take it back to his roots. He was granted a full music scholarship for singing, a talent that seems so unexpected given the action hero persona we see now. He even pursued a degree in fine arts, but something was missing. So, at just 20 years old, he packed his bags and headed to Los Angeles to try his luck in modeling. And it wasn't just about the physical appearance. He had dreams bigger than the bright lights of Hollywood. His first major breakthrough came in 2004 when he made waves on American Idol. He didn't make it far, but what he did leave behind was a lasting impression, thanks to a playful striptease during his audition that charmed Paula Abdul, who knew this moment would be a foreshadowing of his larger-than-life career. From Smallville's Aquaman to Blue Mountain State's Thad Castle, he caught the eyes of audiences, but it was his role as Hank Hall in Titans that truly marked him as a rising star in the DC universe. Still, it's the role of Jack Reacher that skyrocketed him to a whole new level of fame. But this wasn't just any role. This was a physically demanding challenge that pushed Ritchson to his limits. We're talking about waking up to a 1,200-calorie breakfast, enduring brutal stunt training, and eating 7 meals a day. Talk about dedication. But here's a twist. Despite the grueling process, he admits that the most painful part wasn't the physical strain. It was the mental toll, the idea that this would all amount to something great or it would fall flat. A true testament to his work ethic. But don't be fooled by his action hero image. Off-screen, Ritchson is a family man, a husband to his high school sweetheart, Catherine, and a father to 3 sons. In fact, he's made some bold lifestyle choices to ensure he spends more time with them. In 2023, he made a decision that shocked many. He and his wife sold their house to live on the road. Yes, on the road. They now live in Airbnbs and hotels, with his wife homeschooling their children. A true example of putting family first, no matter how busy your career gets. And then, there's his net worth. You might be thinking, this guy must be rolling in money, right? With all the TV and film roles under his belt, plus Reacher's success, Ritchson has amassed a net worth that exceeds $20 million. Not bad for a guy who almost left Hollywood after his modeling career took a dark turn when he faced sexual harassment from a very famous photographer early on. That moment, though painful, led him to make the decision to leave modeling and pursue acting with a vengeance. But here's a side of Ritchson that might surprise you even more. He's a man of deep faith. Despite his fame and success, Ritchson is a committed Christian. He openly discusses the role his faith plays in his life, even launching a YouTube channel, InstaChurch, where he shares his Christian convictions. In a world that's often caught up in celebrity glitz, Ritchson stands firm on his beliefs and values. He's even talked about his struggles with bipolar disorder, showing a side of vulnerability that makes him more relatable than ever. So, what's next for Alan Ritchson? With Reacher continuing to break records on Amazon Prime and a slew of film projects, including the upcoming Fast X, there's no sign of him slowing down. But beyond the screen, He's a husband, a father, and someone who strives to make the world a better place, one action-packed sequence at a time. It's safe to say, Alan Ritchson isn't just the muscle behind Jack Reacher. He's a man who's navigated the highs and lows of fame, found balance with his family, and never stopped believing in himself, despite the hurdles that came his way. And if you thought you knew everything about him, well, maybe you'll want to stick around and learn more. After all, this is only the beginning.